In a nation known for its revolutions and political upheavals, Emmanuel Macron emerged as a dynamic force, shaking up the French political landscape with his centrist ideology and youthful vigor. From his early days as an investment banker to becoming the youngest president in French history, Macron's journey is a testament to ambition, intellect, and the power of reform. Early life and education. Emmanuel Jean-Michel Frédéric Macron was born on December 21, 1977, in Amiens, a city in northern France. He was raised in a well-educated family. His father, Jean-Michel Macron, was a professor of neurology, and his mother, Françoise Nogues, was a physician. Macron's upbringing was marked by intellectual rigor and cultural enrichment. From an early age, he showed a keen interest in literature, politics, and the arts. Macron attended the prestigious Lycée La Providence, a Jesuit school in Amiens, where he excelled academically. His passion for learning and debate was evident, and he quickly became known for his articulate and persuasive speech. At 16, he met Brigitte Trogneau, his drama teacher, who would later become his wife. Despite the considerable age difference, their relationship blossomed, and Brigitte played a significant role in shaping Macron's intellectual and personal growth. After completing his high school education, Macron moved to Paris to attend the Lycée Henri IV, one of the most prestigious preparatory schools in France. He later pursued higher education at the elite École Normale Supérieure en Sciences PA, where he studied philosophy and public affairs. Macron's academic journey culminated at the École Nationale d'Administration, ENA, the breeding ground for French civil servants and politicians. Early career. After graduating from ENA in 2004, Macron joined the French Inspectorate of Finances, a prestigious body responsible for auditing the government's financial activities. His work at the inspectorate demonstrated his analytical prowess and deep understanding of economic policy. However, Macron's ambitions extended beyond the civil service. In 2008, he joined Rothschild & C Bank, a leading investment bank. His tenure at Rothschild was marked by significant achievements, including his role in advising on major mergers and acquisitions. Notably, Macron played a key role in the acquisition of Pfizer's baby food division by Nestlé, a deal worth $12 billion. This success earned him recognition and wealth, establishing him as a rising star in the world of finance. Entry into politics. Macron's transition from finance to politics was facilitated by his growing interest in public service and policy reform. In 2012, he joined the staff of François Hollande, who had recently been elected president of France. As Deputy Secretary General of the Élysée, Macron was involved in economic and social policy, advocating for pro-business reforms and liberalization measures. His tenure at the Élysée Palace paved the way for his appointment as Minister of Economy, Industry, and Digital Affairs in August 2014. In this role, Macron championed policies aimed at modernizing the French economy, reducing unemployment, and fostering innovation. He introduced the Macron Law, a package of reforms intended to liberalize various sectors of the economy, including labor markets, transportation, and retail. The Macron Law faced significant opposition from both the political left and right, reflecting the contentious nature of his centrist, reformist agenda. Despite the challenges, Macron's determination and eloquence enabled him to navigate the political landscape effectively, gaining support from moderates and progressives.
Formation off en marche.
And presidential campaign. In April 2016, Macron took a bold step by resigning from his ministerial position to focus on his political ambitions. He launched a new political movement called En Marche, On the Move, positioning it as a centrist, pro-European platform.
En Marche
Aimed to transcend traditional party lines and appeal to a broad spectrum of voters disillusioned with the existing political establishment. Macron's charisma, fresh approach, and vision for a modernized France resonated with many citizens, particularly the youth and urban professionals. His campaign emphasized economic reform, social liberalism, and European integration. Macron's pro-business stance and commitment to reducing bureaucratic red tape appealed to entrepreneurs and business leaders. The 2017 presidential election was a turbulent and unpredictable contest, with traditional parties struggling to capture the public's imagination. Macron's main opponents included Marine Le Pen of the far-right National Front, François Fillon of the center-right Republicans, and Jean-Luc Mélenchon of the far-left Unsubmissive France. Macron's campaign gained momentum as he positioned himself as the candidate of hope and change. His message of unity and progress struck a chord with voters seeking an alternative to the polarized politics of the past. In the first round of the election, Macron emerged as the frontrunner, securing 24% of the vote. In the subsequent runoff against Marine Le Pen, Macron won decisively, receiving 66.1% of the vote and becoming the youngest president in French history at the age of 39. Presidency and domestic policy. Emmanuel Macron's presidency began with a strong mandate for reform and renewal. His administration set out to tackle France's economic challenges, labor market rigidity, and social inequality. Macron's pro-business agenda included measures to attract foreign investment, reduce corporate taxes, and promote entrepreneurship. One of the first major initiatives of his presidency was the reform of the labor code. Macron aimed to make the labor market more flexible by simplifying regulations, reducing the power of unions in certain negotiations, and making it easier for businesses to hire and fire employees. These reforms were met with mixed reactions, with critics arguing that they favored employers over workers and could exacerbate job insecurity. Macron also focused on education and training, launching programs to enhance vocational training and improve access to higher education. His goal was to equip the French workforce with the skills needed for the digital age and to reduce youth unemployment. On the social front, Macron's government implemented measures to reduce poverty and support vulnerable populations. This included reforms to the welfare system, efforts to tackle homelessness, and policies aimed at improving gender equality and addressing domestic violence. Foreign policy and European integration. Macron's vision extended beyond France's borders, with a strong emphasis on European integration and global cooperation. He positioned himself as a staunch advocate for the European Union, calling for deeper political and economic integration among member states. Macron's pro-European stance was seen as a counterbalance to rising Euroscepticism and nationalist movements across the continent. In his first year in office, Macron delivered a series of speeches outlining his vision for Europe's future. He proposed a range of reforms, including the creation of a common Eurozone budget, a European finance minister, and greater cooperation on defense and security. Macron's proposals aimed to strengthen the EU's economic governance, enhance its global influence, and ensure its resilience in the face of external threats. Macron also played a prominent role in international diplomacy, advocating for multilateralism and global cooperation. He was an outspoken supporter of the Paris Agreement on climate change and took a leading role in efforts to combat global warming. Macron's commitment to environmental sustainability was reflected in his domestic policies as well, with initiatives to promote renewable energy, reduce carbon emissions, and protect biodiversity. Challenges and controversies. Despite his early successes, Macron's presidency was not without challenges and controversies. His reform agenda faced resistance from various quarters, including labor unions, political opponents, and segments of the public. Protests and strikes erupted in response to his labor reforms, with critics accusing Macron of undermining workers' rights and prioritizing the interests of the wealthy. One of the most significant challenges to Macron's presidency came in the form of the Yellow Vest movement, Gilets jaunes. Starting in late 2018, the movement began as a protest against rising fuel taxes, but quickly evolved into a broader expression of discontent with Macron's policies and perceived elitism. The Yellow Vest protests highlighted deep-seated frustrations over economic inequality, rural-urban divides, and a sense of alienation from the political establishment. Macron's response to the Yellow Vest movement included a series of public consultations, known as the Great National Debate, aimed at addressing citizens' concerns and fostering dialogue. While the initiative helped to alleviate some tensions, it also underscored the complexities and challenges of governing a diverse and often divided society. Re-election and continued leadership. As the 2022 presidential election approached, Macron faced the task of convincing the French electorate to grant him a second term. His campaign focused on the achievements of his first term, including economic growth, job creation, and France's renewed influence on the global stage. Macron also outlined a vision for the future, emphasizing the need for continued reform, innovation, and environmental sustainability. The election saw a fragmented political landscape, with multiple candidates vying for the presidency. Macron's main competitors included Marine Le Pen, who once again represented the far right, and a range of candidates from the left and center-right. Macron's campaign emphasized his experience, leadership, and commitment to unity and progress. In the first round of voting, Macron secured a strong lead, receiving 27.8% of the vote. In the subsequent runoff against Marine Le Pen, Macron was re-elected with 58.5% of the vote, reaffirming his mandate for a second term. Legacy and impact. Emmanuel Macron's presidency has left a lasting impact on France and its role in the world. His efforts to modernize the French economy, promote social liberalism, and strengthen European integration have shaped the country's trajectory in the 21st century. Macron's centrist approach and willingness to challenge traditional political boundaries have redefined the French political landscape, inspiring both admiration and criticism. Macron's legacy is also marked by his commitment to environmental sustainability and global cooperation. His leadership on issues such as climate change, multilateralism, and European unity has positioned France as a key player on the international stage. As Macron continues to navigate the challenges of his second term, his presidency remains a testament to the power of ambition, intellect, and the pursuit of reform. His journey from a young intellectual in Amiens to the highest office in France is a story of resilience, vision, and the enduring belief in the possibility of progress. Emmanuel Macron's biography is a reflection of a dynamic and transformative period in French history. His rise to power, marked by a blend of intellect, ambition, and a commitment to reform, has redefined the French political landscape. Macron's presidency, characterized by economic modernization, social liberalism, and a strong pro-European stance, continues to shape the nation's future. As he leads France through the challenges and opportunities of the 21st century, Macron's legacy will be remembered as one of resilience, vision, and the relentless pursuit of progress.